There's a lot of talk today and yesterday about the future, technology, the disruptive nature of it. Is it something that will destroy the current economic model? Is it something that is just creative disruption, creative destruction, and that will eventually lead to a future of different jobs? First of all, your sense of things, but then also what's needed? What's the model needed to really get to those solutions that will be realistic both from a government perspective but also from the business perspective?
Thank you very much. And yes, indeed, today's discussion was and is incredibly fascinating. And the very fact that we have sitting in this room international organizations, private sector, financiers, it has been tremendously stimulating. And yes, indeed, there are certainly some very ominous storm clouds, threats to society. But there are also many solutions, and I think that from listening to the reactions to the panels and listening to the discussion, you can see that people either look at the world as the glass half full or the glass half empty. But also what's critically important is that everybody here understands that we must find solutions. And the first step to finding the solutions is having the dialogue, to putting all of the issues on the table, and that which will stimulate the discussion and, in the end, the solutions.
Right. There was a lot of conversation yesterday about the UN's development agenda for 2030. And there was a lot of comparing and contrasting to how the MDGs were developed and how the SDGs were developed. Your sense of, are we moving in the right direction in terms of these policy making, the SDGs are substantial. Are we getting there?
Absolutely. There's tremendous progress in terms of the evolution from the MDGs to the SDGs. The MDGs was the very first experiment that the international community took in setting global goals. We learned a tremendous amount. What works in the process and what needed to be done to supplement that process. And one of them was to make it open and transparent. And to its credit, the United Nations did integrate and institute a process that was and is tremendously open and transparent, so that for the very first time, you have civil society, you have business talking with governments on both just defining the problems and also proposing the solutions. So I am tremendously optimistic.